Static routing by Aiden Antonetti
and Jesse Daly.
What is static routing?
Static routing is a direct route. It cannot leave its program path, unlike dynamic routing, because dynamic routing has different routes, so if one fails, it can go to another. In today's video, we will be showing you how to configure 3 routes using static routing. Enjoy!
You need 3 routers. We need 3 power cables. Next, you need 1 console cable and
Wires.
no 4 crossover. Next, you need 2 laptops. Alright, so now that we have everything set up, we're going to get our console cable. We're going to plug this in to our laptop or desktop that we're programming the routers with. So we're going to plug this in, and we're going to plug the console cable into the back of the router. As you can see, console right here. We'll plug that in. Next, so we got that plugged in. We're going to grab our first crossover cable.
It doesn't work? Go to the other driver.
Make sure you have 4 of them.
So now I have some.
So our first one,
We have
we're going to
3
plug
now.
this
I got.
right into the computer. Right there, wait for our dongle. We're going to wait for our dongle. And so we're going to plug it into GE00. As you can see,
There you go.
GE00 right there. We're going to plug that in. Next, we're going to get our other crossover cable. You can see. And we're going to plug it into the same router, router 1, but into GE01. Make sure it's tightly in. Now we're going to plug it into the second router into the same spot, GE01. We'll plug it in. Make sure it comes in. Next, we're going to get our second to last one. And we're going to plug it into the empty slot. That is GE00 on router 2. Plug it in. Now we're going to plug in this into GE00. Good. Now we're going to get our last crossover cable. We're going to plug it into GE01. Then we're going to plug it right into the laptop. And now we are done with the crossover cables. So after you have all your crossover cables plugged in and your console cable, you need your power cables. First, we're get our first one. Plug it right in. Plug it right to the back of it. Plug it over. Power supply right here. Plug it in. So now we are going to be turning on all the switches. It's on the back of the switch. We're just going to flip it on. And now the lights should be turning on. So that all the lights are on now. Now we're going to get our programming laptop that we're going to program the switches with. Alright, so now that we have all our routers, plugged in with crossover and there's power to them. First we're going to get our first router, and we should have the console cable coming to this computer and going to the first router. So now we're going to press serial. I'm going to make sure it's the profile USB. Press OK. Full screen it. Press enter. And we're going to type in no. Let's give it a minute.
Real quick, we can edit this out, but you are screen recording, right? Not as well as that. Got it.
So now we're going to press enter. Now it's going to say router. So now we're going to start configuring it. So we're going to type in enable config. Now we're going to do hostname R1. So it represents the router 1, so we know which router we're on. And so now we're going to type in int 0/0/0. Enter. So now we're going to be configuring the first one where the crossover cable is going. So now we're going to do IP address 192.168. So now we're going to do IP route. We're going to do 192.168 dot 2.0. Remember to add the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Next, we're going to do 192.168.1.2 so they can exit. Then we're going to press enter. Then we're going to do the same thing. 192.168 dot, and then now we're going to do 3, because we have 3 letters, .0, 255.255.255.0, and it's going to be the same IP for the ending, 192.168, because they both have to exit the same place. There's enter. Now we're done with the first router. So now we're going to move on to the second. We're going to unplug. The console cable. I'm going to plug it in to the second router. So now we're going to press enter, and it's going to do the same thing. We're going to type in no. And I'm just going to give it a minute. Now it's booting up. Press enter. We're going to type in enable config T. We're going to do the same thing on how we configured it last time, but we're going to do the host name R2 because we're working with router 2. Now we're going to do IP. Nope, we're going to do int G0/0 because we're going to configure the new port on router 2, the 0 port. Then we're going to type in IP address 192.168.2.1, 255.255.255.0. We're going to press enter, no shut, then we're going to press exit, then we're going to type in int G0/1, IP address 192.168 what is it, Jesse? 1.2. 255.255.255.0. Enter. No shut. Exit. So now that we have that part done, we're gonna do the IP route 192.168 dot. And so now we're gonna do router 1 and router 3. But they have 2 different exits because they're on 2 opposite sides. And so I'm going to do 0.0. We're going to do the first one first, the first router, 255.255.255.0. And we're going to do 192.168.1.1. We're going to press enter. And now we're going to do the third one. That is IP route 192.168. We're going to do 3.0 255.255.255.0. Then we're going to do 192.168. And now we're going to enter the 2.2. So enter. So now we are done with the second router. Press exit. And now we're gonna get our console cable. You can see right there. We're gonna plug it in right into this third router. And so this is gonna be like the first one that we did, but different a little, just because of the IPs. Let's hit no. We're just gonna do the same thing again. I'm just gonna wait a second. I'm gonna let it load. As you can see, it says router, so that means we can configure it. We're gonna type in enable config T host name R3, since we're working with router 3. We're going to type in int G0/0, so we can configure the port, IP address 192.168. 2.2. I'm going to do 2.2. Don't forget your subnet mask, 255.255.255.0. Enter. We're gonna type in no shut. Exit. Do the same thing, but on the other port, int G0/1. So now we're on that port. We're gonna do the same thing. IP address 192.168.3.1. 255.255.255.0. Enter. So now we're good with that. I'm gonna press no shut. Exit. So now that we have finished configuring the 2 ports on router 3, I'm gonna type in. We're gonna do 1 and 2. We're gonna do IP route 192.168.0.0. 255.255.255.0. And then we'll do the same thing, but where they're exiting, and where we're exiting at 2.1. Enter. Do the same thing, press the up arrow, go over, and we're going to type in, we're going to go to the 0 and put 1. Press enter again. Press exit. Exit. And now we're going to do ping 192.168.1.1. See, as you can see, it's 100% success. And so we just did ping 192.16. I forgot to put the ping. See, as you see, success 100%. Let's pull up the other IPs. And we're gonna press ping 192.168. And we're gonna do 3.1. Success 100%. 192.168.1.2. Oh, forgot to put the ping. Make sure you put ping. 1.2. Success 100%. Then we're gonna do 1.1. Ping 192.168.1.1. 100%.